Okay, so we have multiple breaking news coming out. We're gonna start with this one here. And just looking at this picture, yeah, it doesn't look good. It says here the US Air Force's 493rd Fighter Squadron has unveiled a mushroom cloud shaped challenge coin at Riot, featuring the Grim Reaper, a skull, and the chilling phrase, "Prepare to meet thy maker." This comes as reports say B6112 tactical nuclear were moved to a new storage site at UK, capable of being deployed by F-35A stealth jets. Prepare to meet thy maker. This is a message to Russia. Once again, the US nuclear weapons have reportedly returned to British soil, with multiple sources indicating that a number of B6112 thermonuclear gravity bombs were transferred this week. I don't know, it seems like Donald got something here, some kind of plan. This kind of reminds me of the B-2 stealth bombers that were deployed to the Diego Garcia and the bunker busters. But this one here is not going to be no bunker buster. It ain't going to be no B-2 stealth bomber. This one here will be nuclear. And hopefully they're not going to drop a nuke on the Bear Country, but it's not looking good here, guys. It's not looking good. So we're going to get to all this news. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Let me just bring this one up too. It says here, wow, the U.S. Air Force's 493rd Fighter Squadron, which is based at RAF Lakenheath in England and operates the F-35A Lightning II, unveiled a new challenge coin this week during the Royal International Air Tattoo Riot at RAF Fairford. The coin is in the shape of a nuclear mushroom cloud and features the Grim Reaper holding a skull with what looks like a B-61 thermonuclear gravity bomb, below which is written, "Prepared to meet thy maker." Guys, this is a message to Russia. That's what it is. Alright, so I did post a video. Many of you did not receive the notification bell, and we're going to talk about it on this one here. The US sent nukes, and those nukes are heading to UK. And it's not going to look good, guys. At the same time, Donald is sending a lot of equipment. He's sending a whole bunch of stuff. So pay very close attention here. It says here, what makes this more interesting is that reports indicate the Sleeping Giant Air Force this week moved several B-6112s and advanced low-yield tactical nuclear equipment that is able to be equipped by the F-35A Lightning II to a new nuclear storage facility out there in the UK. What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. Canadian prepper said UK is gone. Gone. With a dozen nukes. Better be careful what they wish for. Like I said, guys, this is very concerning. Very, very concerning. And here's the bear. Putin unleashes hypersonic on crane. They dropped the hammer on crane. One taken and Kyiv left smoking after a 6-hour assault with drones and Kenzel missiles. Here go to UK and Germany to boost air defense as Donald threatened 100% tariffs unless Putin agrees to a cease plan in 50 days. Zelensky wants new talks. NATO to foot the bill for more weapons. Once again, the bear struck crane with a large number of drones and missiles overnight. Man, they're really dropping the hammer on them. Guys, we also gonna bring this one up. The Red Dragon launches new Christian crackdown with facial recognition cameras in churches. Cameras in churches. Okay, so we're gonna start with I want to bring this one up. All right, so again, there's gonna be a lot of mixed news here, guys. There's gonna be a lot of mixed news. I was supposed to go live, but it just right now I just feeling a little tired. I decided to do a video, but I will be live tomorrow. Okay, Donald post AI generated video showing the 44th getting arrested. Now they are talking about this, guys. They are talking about prosecution on the 44th. The US Commander-in-Chief ignited a firestorm of controversy by posting an AI-generated video on his Truth social platform, depicting former Commander-in-Chief being cuffed by the agencies, the FBI, and the Oval Office. The 45-second clip set the tune of the Village People. Okay, I'm gonna skip that. Shows fictional scenario where the 44th is cuffed, led away, and eventually depicted in a orange jumpsuit behind bars. The video, which lacked any disclaimer indicating its artificial nature, has drawn sharp criticism and polarized reactions across political spectrum. Here's the thing, guys, is that nothing's gonna happen. I'm sorry, it just nothing's gonna happen. I just feel like all this proof and evidence, they could do something about it, but nothing's gonna happen to the man. Nothing's gonna happen to Hillary. Nothing's gonna happen. I'm sorry, guys. Again, all these baloney lies, and nothing's gonna happen. The video release coincides with allegation from Director of National Intelligence Tulsi, who claimed that Barack and his intelligence officials orchestrated, treasonous, to manufacture the narrative of the bear collusion in the 2016, you guys already know, election. Tulsi stated on Fox News Channel Sunday Morning Futures, over 100 documents that we released on Friday really detail and provide evidence of how this treasonous was directed by the 44th, just weeks before he was due to leave the spotlight after Donald had already gotten elected. She further asserted that these actions were an attempt to subvert the will of the American people, undermining our democratic republic and enacting what will be essentially a years-long coup against the 47th who the American people duly elected. The AI-generated video begins with a montage of Democratic figures proclaiming no one is above the you-know-what before transitioning the dramatized arrest scene. Now, I'm not going to play the video, guys. I truly apologize. Again, this platform is really strict. And the platform is being more strict if you're using AI stuff. So I'm not going to play no AI stuff on this channel. Donald depicted grinding in a video shared the clip without direct commentary, though it was captioned with the phrase, "No one is above the law." Critics have slammed the lack of a disclaimer as deeply irresponsible and deliberately inflammatory, arguing that the video risks fueling misinfo in a already polarized political climate. Tulsi claims, which formed the backdrop of the video's release, center on declassified documents that she says provide overwhelming evidence of a coordinated effort by the 44th National Security Team, including the former agency, James, and others. Very important people here. Very important. All right, Tulsi told the news, creating this piece of manufactured intelligence that claims that the bear had helped Donald get elected contradicted every other assessment that had been made previously in the months leading up to the election that said exactly the opposite. That the bear had neither the intent nor the capability to try to hack the sleeping giant election. She has since referred these documents to the agencies for a criminal referral, though no charges have been confirmed. And like I said, guys, I'm not gonna get too excited and stuff like that, because for so many years we were hoping for justice to be served on these you-know-who, but we're not seeing that, and I'm not getting my hopes up. Like I said, I don't think none of them is gonna get cuffed. The video has sparked a range of reactions online. Supporters of the Donald Untruth social celebrated the post, with some, like ex-user Nick Sorter, calling for it to make this a reality. That's what I'm saying. Make it reality. Stop playing with AI. While others, such as MAGA Voice, declared, "I absolutely voted for this." I'm sorry to look. To all the Donald supporter out there, ain't nothing's gonna happen. And look at Jeffrey's stuff. Nothing happened. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Conversely, critics express outrage, with one ex-user, the right, against Donald, commenting, "Anything to distract from the Jeffrey." Ooh. Alright, so another user, Publius, questioned, "Will Barack be cuffed?" highlighting the confusion and speculation the video has generated. The controversy surrounding the video underscores growing concerns about the use of AI and deepfake technology in political messaging. Experts warn that such content, especially when shared without context, can exacerbate misinfo and deepen societal divides. Now it says here you have Henning Farad, a professor at UC Berkeley specializing deepfakes, noted, "It allows individuals without a lot of time, money, and frankly, skill you would normally need to generate some pretty eye-popping content. As the political landscape remains charged, this incident highlights the delicate balance between free expression, satire, and the potential for harm in the age of advanced AI tools. While the commander-in-chief supporters viewed the video as a provocative jab at his political advisory, critics argue it sets a dangerous precedent for manipulating public perception. And here's the thing. We want to see action, justice being served. That's what the people put Donald in the spot. Donald said that he's gonna, do something about it, and the people's waiting. But the people's losing their patience, and many of them just kind of walked away. People not pleased with Jeffrey stuff. And it seems like the Jeffrey story, little by little, is disappearing. It's going to be over. Everybody's going to forget about Jeffrey. Who's Jeffrey? We don't know. It's like the Men in Black, where they got the flash thing. And you don't know Jeffrey. The only Jeffrey you know is from Toys R Us. So, in recent years, the Red Dragon, we're going to go with this one here. The Red Dragon has intensified its efforts to control religious practices, particularly targeting Christian communities amid rising economic and social pressure. The Red Dragon, under Supreme Leader, has implemented stringent measures to monitor and suppress Christianity, including the installation of facial recognition cameras in churches. Oh boy, this is gonna happen here too. They're gonna be having cameras. I mean, this is where we are right now. So despite these challenges, reports indicate that the Christianity continue to flourish in the Red Dragon, with believers showing remarkable resilience. The Red Dragon slowly economy, exacerbated by increased tariff on export to the sleeping giant, has led to widespread social unrest, with citizens taking to the street to demand democracy. Now, Jeff, president of International Christian Concern, observes masses are fed up. They are marching in the street, especially the students. Huge rallies are going on, calling for democracy. You know what? But when there is that pressure, when there is that pain, that's when people feel the need. He suggests that this unrest is driving many to seek faith, even as the Gov tighten its grips. So they're looking to democracy, which could be a wonderful thing, but that they need is faith, King adds. The CCP views the growing Christian population, estimated at around 38 million Protestant and 10 million Catholics, as a potential warning to its authority. In response, the Gov has escalated its cynicization campaign, aiming to align religious practices with communist ideology. Now, this includes severe restriction on the unregistered house churches and increased surveillance in state-sanctioned churches, such as those with the Three Self-Patriotic Movement. Now, one of the most alarming development is the mandatory installation, of facial recognition cameras registered churches. Mandatory. Gonna be putting cameras in there. They're gonna save those files, those who are Christ-like. So you have Bob, president of the Red Dragon Aid, explains all four corners of the church, including the pulpit, have to install face recognition cameras to monitor all those who are attending their church worship service. These AI-driven systems track attendance, identifying participants, and flag any unapproved religious activities, effectively turning churches into extension of state surveillance. Man. Additionally, the CCP has targeted the financial practices of churches, particularly house churches, footnotes, and even the tithing and offering, tithing and offering is called a foreign religious service now is criminalized, especially in the house churches. So many house church pastors are cuffed, just because they set out the offering on tithing, a box in the church. Pastor faced charges of business fraud for collecting tithes, as seen in the case of 3 pastors from the Lincoln Covenant Church who were cuffed over 2 years ago. Man. One received nearly 2 years in prison, while the others were sentenced to over 3.5 years simply for maintaining an offering box. The crackdown extends beyond surveillance to include cuff church closures and restrictions on foreign missionaries since May of 2025. New regulation have made it nearly impossible for foreign Christians to operate in the Red Dragon without CCP oversight. And despite these measures, the Christian faith continued to grow. Fu highlights the resilience of believers, stating last year they had planted 2 more churches under the heaviest persecution. So we have seen many house churches experience revival. Jeff echoes this sentiment, emphasizing the paradoxical effects of persecution. I can never understand how leaders don't get this. The more you press down, the more the church spreads. And that's very true. The more persecution, the more that the church spread. Christians have a long history of dealing with chains and oppressions, and nothing stops them. It's such a great story. This resilience is evident in the continued growth of underground house churches, hidden underground house churches where believers meet in secret to avoid surveillance and arrest, so they have to hide. The current wave of persecution is part of a broader campaign that began under the Red Dragon leadership in 2012. Previous measures have included the destruction of crosses, the burning of Bibles, and forced closures of unregistered churches. In 2018, Pastor Jim refused to install surveillance cameras, leading to the church's closure. Man. Similarly, Pastor Wang, the Early Rain Covenant Church, declared that the Red Dragon God-like status incompatible with Christianity before his cuffed in 2018. The CCP use of technology, including an estimated 600 million surveillance cameras nationwide. Man, that's a lot. Has created digital police state. Man, targeting brothers and sisters in Christ and other religious group. Bob warns. What we are seeing is a digital police state weaponized against the body of Christ. Despite these challenges, the unwavering commitment of the Red Dragon Christians highlights their enduring faith more. Man. The intensification of the Red Dragon crackdown on Christianity has drawn international concern. Human rights advocates argue that these measures violate religious freedom, with Jay Sacolo of the American Center for Law and Justice stating, And the international community should be alarmed and outraged for this blatant violation of freedom of religion and belief. Yet the growth of Christianity in the Red Dragon suggests that faith is thriving despite oppression. As Fu and King note, the CCP efforts to suppress Christianity may eventually be fueling its spread, echoing a historical pattern of resilience in the face of persecution. As the Red Dragon approaches a potential tipping point amid economic and social unrest, the courage of its Christian community offers a powerful testament to the enduring strength of faith. While the future remains uncertain, the growth of house churches and the determination of believers signal that Christianity and the Red Dragon is far from defeated. Alright, so they're going to be having some camera stuff. And this is what Marjorie Taylor Greene has been saying with Donald and his cashless society and all that type of stuff. This is all just part of the mark of the beast. Alright, so we are definitely seeing something here, guys. Alright, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I take it back on X. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you can't hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thank you so much for your support. So we have a breaking news that's coming out right now. Alaska Airlines requests ground stop for all mainline aircraft. So it's a IT system problem preventing weight and balance data uploads. So it's, again, that's the issue that's going on right now. All right, at the same time, guys, there's some flash flood going on. Multiple states are being impacted, and I told you guys, I posted a video earlier today, 16 states. So you got Illinois, Missouri, you got some flash flood going on here, guys. So again, it's happening in multiple states, so please be safe out there. Give me a second here. I want to bring this up. Senator Graham said Donald will slam the Red Dragon, India, Brazil with 100% tariff over the bear oil. We're gonna happen here. Oh, excuse me. What's gonna happen here is that the U.S. Commander-in-Chief is gonna impose tariff on people who buy the bear oil. The Red Dragon, India, and Brazil, those three countries buy about 80% of cheap air oil. The bear oil. That's what keeps Putin war machine going. So Donald gonna put a 100% tariff on all those countries, punishing them for helping Putin. All right, so I don't know how's that gonna work, but we're gonna find out sooner or later. Again, guys, hit that like, hit that subscribe, notification bell. I really appreciate the support. So we got a little updates when it comes to Oregon wildfire. Oregon's Cram fire nears mega fire status, close to 100,000 acres and growing. Now it says here the Cram fire has burned 95,740 acres in central Oregon, already the largest U.S. wildfire of 2025. It's now just shy of being classified a mega fire. More than 900 crews are underground, 4 homes gone, evacuation ordered. Once again, you have the fuel, heat, and wind keep pushing it forward. Officials say this used to be rare. Now it's almost becoming the new normal. Goes to tell you that we definitely in the end times. Let me see if I could find any more information about the nuclear stuff. You know, the one I showed you at the very beginning, the nuclear mushroom. Yeah, I'm not seeing much now, guys. Oh, let me take you to the USGS really quick and see what's going on with the earthquake. And boy, oh boy, still not looking good out there. I do believe something big is going to happen in California, because we've seen an earthquake happen in Russia, Alaska. All this is on the fault line. Possibly we're going to see something soon. Alright, so we're still waiting for some updates on this one here, guys. And that would be the first, there's a possibility this thing might be a hurricane pretty soon, but, yeah. It's too early to tell. Yeah, it seems like this is all of it. I'm not seeing much when it comes to the nuclear. Like I said, it's a slow night, which is a good thing. Yeah, it seems like this is all of it here. Let me just bring this one up. Okay, so you have German general urges Ukraine to strike the Bear airfield. Moscow earlier suggested that Berlin is becoming dangerous again. Man. They're becoming dangerous again while accusing it of supporting the West mobilization. Let's see what's going on here. Man. Ukraine should consider striking the Bear airfield and weapons factory deep inside the Bear country to alleviate pressure on the front, a senior German general has suggested. Someone left a comment said none of these generals fought in war. So, very true. Speaking during I'm gonna skip that podcast on Saturday, Major General who oversees Germany military assistance to Ukraine gave Kyiv advice on weakening the Bear offensive power. You can also indirectly affect the offensive potential of the Bear strikes forces before they are deployed. Use long-range air warfare assist to strike aircraft and airfields before they are used. Also targets weapons production facility. Once again, the general also lamented that despite Western sanctions, the Bear has increased its production of drones, cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles. We must consider whether our economic pressure have been sufficient and where we can apply further pressure, particularly to limit the Russian production capability. All right, so we're going to skip the rest of this here. But, yeah, he's urging for a military strike. At the same time, Kyiv hit by missile and drones and reported retaliatory strike. The alleged strike came after days of attempted Ukrainian drone raids targeting Moscow. Ukrainian officials have claimed that Moscow launched multiple waves of missile and drone strike on Kyiv overnight. The Bear Ministry of Defense has yet to comment. The first strike were reported shortly after midnight, with Mayor Vitali urging residents to seek shelter as the capital's air defenses engage incoming missiles. More explosions were heard between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., with the head of the city's military administration, Timu, confirming that a fire broke out on the roof of a non-residential building. Ukrainian officials claimed that at least one person was out and another in a really tough situation as of 5 a.m. after falling debris from intercepted missiles and drones triggered several fire. Multiple blurred videos shared on Ukrainian social media appear to show the aftermath of the strike, though the exact location and type of facility hit remain difficult to verify due to strict, I'm going to skip that name, by Ukrainian authority. Ukrainian media officials did not specify the targets, but it seems like it's a supermarket, a warehouse, and a cottage. It says here, Kyiv officials also noted damage near the entrance in the Lukyanovskaya metro station, which is located directly across the street from the Artem missile development and production plant. It says here the Bear Defense Ministry has not yet issued a statement on the incident. Moscow routinely carries out drone and missile strike on Ukrainian military infrastructure, insisting that its operations do not target civilian and accusing Kyiv of placing air defense system in densely populated areas. Alright, so we're gonna skip the rest. Alright, so I'm just looking for more information here, guys. But it seems like this is all of it for tonight so far. So we have some breaking news here from Alaska Airlines news. Alaska Airlines is experiencing an IT outage affecting operation. A temporary ground stop is in place. We apologize for the inconvenience. If you're scheduled to fly tonight, please check your flight status before heading to the airport. Alaska been in so much news nowadays, especially with the earthquake and also volcano. But yeah, that's what's going on in Alaska. All right, so we have the this news here. Los Angeles mayor can't say yes or no to simple immigration question. Los Angeles mayor, you know, the one that just signed the bill to give cash assistance to the new people that came from the southern. Los Angeles mayor Karen was asked in 5 different ways if all undocumented, you know who, in Los Angeles should get to stay. Instead of a yes or no, we got a speech about labor, fear of raids, and rebuilding fire zones. She blamed Donald for taking out an immigration reform bill and called his border policy punitive and miserable. Also, she said that the military was never needed in LA and called their deployment a reign of terror. Apparently, Karen hasn't even spoke to Donald team since they rolled the troops in. Now she's hoping they call back before the World Cup and Olympics hit town. I think that's in 2026, right? Alright, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna end it here, guys. I'm not seeing much. Yeah, I'm not seeing much, but I want to thank every single one of you for tuning in. Again, thank you so much for your support. That mushroom cloud, the message that they put out today was very concerning. Very, 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 very concerning. Prepare to meet thy maker. Yeah, that's not good. I do believe that's a message sent to the bear. At the same time, I did post a video of this one here. US nuclear equipment have reportedly returned to British soil. US has sent nuclear. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please share the video. Have a good night. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about in the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.